Buildings from the hazard area, and 15 more were removed in 2019 and 2020. Kerrville police did confirm to us last night that they did start their victim recovery operation once again. However, these are very tactical and technical driven missions, meaning they need the weather to cooperate. So crews are telling us they are hoping, crossing their fingers, that all of this rain pushes through very quickly. George?
We all hope so. Okay, Maria, thanks very much.
This morning.
Shalom, shalom. I hope you all are doing well. I'm blessed and I'm back again with a quick video. Today I want to talk about the Texas floods and how I don't believe people truly understand what's happening. You see, this was no ordinary rainfall. In Texas, the waters rose quickly in the dead of the night without warning, flooding streets, sweeping homes away, and claiming lives. But what if I told you that this wasn't just a storm, it was a sign? I want you guys to listen to Genesis 7:9 through 12. I want you to understand how Yahuwah flooded the earth before. It reads, "There went in two and two unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female." These were the animals, as Elohim commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 7th day of the month, the same day were all fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened.
Hey family, it's African Osaranko back at you with another video. I hope you're doing well on this Monday evening, early evening. I hope all is going well. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and I hope you are off to a bright and great start to your week. So I am going to discuss a little bit, family, about that flood that occurred in Kerr County in Texas. Okay, racism is blind and it will really do you a number if you're not careful. hmm And so what happened is, in Kerr County, they were offered from the federal government, and this is when Biden was in office. And so anyway, they were offered I think it was like flood uh, evacuation response or something, whereas for emergency evacuations and things like that. So they were offered these services through the federal government. But because it was coming from a Democratic, which I'm not Democrat nor Republican, so hey, okay, don't bite my head off because don't hurt the messenger. But because it was coming from a Democratic uh, administration, they refuted it and didn't want the services. However, they didn't want the funds. However, they took the funds anyway and allow the sheriff department to use the funds for I think it was new equipment like cars and some kind of high tech cars and stuff and equipment. instead of using the funds for emergency evacuation, where they could let the people know when something was going to happen or whatever, but they didn't want it. So this is this is really a lesson in racism. Okay, so let me read a little bit, and this is from. I'm sorry, just one second, family. Let me pull it back up. And this, uh, okay, I'm sorry. And this is from CBS News. So it says Kirk County officials consider draining lakes, searching for missing, as the search for missing continues amid ongoing floods. And family, I thought that there was just I think the 4th of July where it flooded. No, family, I was looking and it flooded on the 4th. I believe it flooded like the 5th or the 6th. It flooded the 13th, different parts of Texas. Now, family, I don't know if you've seen it. I've not seen many of these stories that I've seen. There is a video I'm going to include a little footage from another YouTuber that showed all of these flooding areas in Texas. Yeah, Texas was the last state to actually free the slaves. The slaves had been freed for like a few years before, and they didn't let the poor people in Texas know. Gee, wonder why they're having so many issues with floods. But let's get on with this story. So it says on Monday during the Kerr County Commissioners meeting, local leaders thanked law enforcement and emergency personnel for their work since the floods hit Central Texas. They also discussed ongoing search and rescue efforts, saying that the recovery of those missing is the top priority. That's where we have people out on the river basin doing a lot of the work, trying to get a handle on things, said Kerr County, Rob Kelly. On one of the topics briefly mentioned during the meeting was draining a county lake. There's a plan in place right now to accomplish draining the lake. We can't go any further than to tell you that it is being looked at right now, said Commissioner Tom Jones. Commissioners didn't specify which lake in the county or why, but said it is part of the ongoing search effort. They did not return CBS News Texas request for more information. Currently, there are still at least 160 people missing since the 4th of July. Just know that's going to be an enormous undertaking because of the endangered species that we have there. University of Texas at Arlington civil engineering professor Adnan Rahib agrees. He said draining out any large body of water would be a challenging task, not because of the nature of the job itself, but also how dynamic things have been in Kerrville and in the flood affected areas. We just had a moderate flood, so how things are, and now things are changing. Rahib said, not only is the volume of water they're working with tough, but also the steep and rocky terrain. He said it would take several pumps and generators and lots of money and manpower. Essentially, it requires you to dam a certain portion of the river and trap the water, and then drain the trapped water for drain the trapped water out of it. It's going to take a number of days to drain the whole volume of water, and again, given all the dynamic conditions there, you drain some portion and then more water will go. Rahim believes focusing on other strategies as well, like recreating where the flood waters were when the floods hit and where they are today, would be more beneficial. Finding out these hotspots that's going to help you to make things more efficient. Finding out the pockets where the human settlements were within the floodplain, he said. So they still have a lot of people that are missing after these floods, and they've not found over 160 people. Family, when I tell you this speaks volumes about judgment. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. They can try to rationalize it. Look, hey, I'm working with a PhD here. Okay. They can try to rationalize it as much as they want to. They can try to say, oh, it was caused by this or global that family. This screams judgment. Now, unfortunate, it is very sad that young children had to die in this matter, but really, you know, uh, you could say so many things in this moment, but I'm going to opt not to. I'm going to say this. Racism is very costly. Hatred is very costly. So people really have to, you can have hatred all you want. You can do it all you want. But at the end of the day, you will hurt yourselves. You really will. You'll hurt yourselves. So, as I said before, it is so unfortunate of the people that are missing, of the girls that have lost their lives. And I know the camp in Kirk County is said to have been a camp for elite. So for well off young girls that came from uh, you know, wealthy families. And so there was not any other race demographic other than Caucasian. They were Caucasian young ladies. They were all, as I said, from wealthy families. And um, unfortunately, many of them lost their lives. So, and other people around the towns as well. So it's an unfortunate thing, but again, I say judgment. I say it's judgment. And sometimes, things happen because it is a reckoning from the Most High. And we'll leave it at that. Family, be blessed. Peace, love, and blessing to you all. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Monday. I'm wishful thinking, wishing it was Friday. But enjoy the rest of your Monday and thanks so much. Take care. See you later. See you again. Please like, share, and subscribe. Take care, family. Bye bye.